I could see the validity in it, and I knew the people who created Brightpath knew what they were doing. They understood the pitfalls of NAPLAN and other testing regimes that people have run, and they knew the challenges that a lack of ownership in data could bring into a school.
So I think for staff the penny dropped when they got their data back from the first assessment they'd done, and they could see where every child in their class was in relation to that ruler. They could see the strengths of the children in their class, and they could see where to take each child next.
It makes the progress in learning and the particular next steps in learning really visible. Brightpath helps the teachers to identify exactly what the next teaching points for every student is. We can feed that back to the parents, we can feed that back to the child, and the teacher can use that information to adapt their instruction according to the needs of every child in the class.
They immediately saw, wow, look at this. My students are falling onto this teacher ruler. I can see where everybody's placed, and I can determine now how I'm going to use that data.
One comment from one teacher said, I thought I taught, narrative pretty well. And he said, but once I started using Brightpath, I actually couldn't believe how much I needed to actually teach my students. He said there was things there that I didn't realise the level of detail that I needed to go until I saw Brightpath. And that's why I feel this is in the moment professional development for our teachers too.
The exciting things for me, the turnarounds that have come for me, is for teachers stepping out in confidence, knowing that they are teaching at the point of need for every child. The ability that Brightpath gives us to differentiate student learning is really amazing. And so often we find that our teachers teach to the middle of the class or teach to the standard curriculum for the year, which sometimes misses the needs of some of the students perhaps lower down or higher up in the ability scale. Now Brightpath helps them to identify exactly what the point of need for every child is. And that has really been the exceptional turnaround for our teachers, where they could say, wow, if I teach the standard middle curriculum for this child, that child won't learn anything, or for this child, they won't learn anything. We really can tailor-make the learning based on the data that we get back from Brightpath.
As a school policy, I insisted that they all use the data, and they needed to use it to generate a teaching learning program, because the beauty of Brightpath is that it gives you an assessment of your learning and teaching, and then it gives you the pathway forward for teaching and learning.
And then of course when we did the second assessment at the end of the year, and the data came back again, and they could see the growth and they could communicate that growth to each other and to the students, that was another moment when, wow, this validates that what we've been doing has actually had an impact on learning. And for us, that's important for every teacher, but it's really important for us as a visible learning school, or a school engaging with visible learning, that we actually know our impact. That's one of the key phrases of visible learning, and this enables us to know our impact in a very clear and obvious way. We can see it. The students, particularly those at the older year levels, can see it, and if we wanted to, we could communicate it to parents in that way too.